Hey,
episode of NeNe and Night. It's your girl NeNe, and I have a very special guest with me. You feel me? It's been a while. Tell
been
the
a
people
minute.
who you are.
I am sexologist and pleasure coach Steven Smith.
Listen, y'all, it's been a while, a long time since we've had you on the show. We did that. You remember we did the anal show a few
We
years
did
ago.
that. Yeah, yeah, we
We
most
did another
definitely
show.
did. We did quite a few. We tapped in a
We
couple
did.
times.
We did. We is because you feel me. I met you when you was in the beginning stages,
Yes, you met me just as a pleasure coach. There was no sexologist behind it, just pleasure coach.
and now look at you making
Yeah,
waves.
it's a
Top the top
little ways
100
around
list.
here. Hey, you feel me?
I
And I
seen the
finished
top
top
100 list. I said I know him. I said
Yeah,
look at him. Hey,
yeah.
you are definitely making major moves. The the TikTok ladies love you. The TikTok just
I'm so
loves
grateful. I'm so
you.
grateful.
The TikTok freaking adored you. They
That's
I
my
can't.
face.
I didn't post it one too many things, and TikTok don't let me do much. I'll get there one day, but they keep blocking me.
Oh yeah, I was on that list for a while. You know what I'm saying? I got a second page, so I've been
Yeah,
on that block
I'm gonna
list
have
for a
to.
minute.
I'm gonna have to start a new page or something. But you give out great advice on TikTok.
I appreciate you.
Like the last video I seen was the Pisces video.
Ooh, ooh,
I'm a Pisces, so I was all for it.
ooh, you nasty. Ooh, you nasty.
I tried to tell him I was all for it. As soon as I seen, I said definitely a Pisces thing, and I was definitely feeling your speed. So what
I
you been up
appreciate
to
it.
though?
So me, I just been up to writing books. Of course, I have Room 918, the first copy. Then I wrote part two and part three. I have not released them yet. I'm working on a film for Room 918. Good evening, Stephen. What's up, Amanda? How you doing? That's one of my babies right there. Miss Amanda Graham. Um, Making my shirts, being a daddy, traveling, speaking. So I do a lot of speaking engagements, a lot of teaching. I have a pleasure house now, of course. So a lot of people come to the pleasure house for hands-on coaching, and then people pay me to come and speak and teach in different states. And so I've taken my coaching to a new level of traveling now.
So let's start with this. What made you want to become a sexologist, and how long have you been one?
I've been a sexologist now for 3 years. I've been a pleasure coach now for 6 years. So I've been in the game for 6 long years, sexologist for 3 years. And a few people know the story of me being cheated on repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly by the same person. So she just kept cheating. So I want to learn more about love, right? And so the more I dived into love to figure out how to love people adequately and correctly, how to love myself and how to give and receive it. And then I was like, well, she used sex a lot to hurt me. So I want to learn how to be better in that area and how sex affects people. Like how does it influence people? How does it um, manipulate people? Right. So I want to learn everything about sex. And so on my journey of learning love and sex, I started to make videos. I started to write little short stories. Before I started writing books, I write a short story every Sunday and put them out. I don't know if you remember, I used to do that.
Hmm.
But I started writing short stories, then people started hitting me up like, yo, your stories have impacted my relationship. Your stories make me feel a certain type of way. Can you get on a call with me real quick? I just want to ask some questions. I was like, man, I should probably charge for this. I should probably go to school for this. This could be a job. And then I went to school. And that's how I got into the coaching business.
And it's funny telling people when you're certified is something that's still like, you can get certified for that. I'm like,
Yep.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
yes, you can.
and I'm like, yeah, you can. And then they ask, well, why? Because I'm like, because clearly there are people who need help in that area of sex and all that is love. I mean, it's all cousins. I don't think people realize how important the job is.
Correct.
It is
How
majorly
necessary
important.
we are.
Listen, we are very necessary, and it's dope to see a man doing it, and more men. I think more men should do it because you not only have women listen
Hmm.
to men, they definitely listen to men. They are drawn to men, and then other fellas, I think, feel better from a man than from a woman a lot of times. Because I'm like,
Yes.
well, because when people ask me, I'm like, well, I'm gonna send you. Listen, Steven. He's great at this. I'm gonna send you his way. He's gonna help you out. Maybe you'll listen to a man's perspective because a lot of times I think men connect with men on that level. I think more
Yes,
men should be in the business.
I agree. I do think more men should be in the business. I think that's one thing that did separate me because I am in a field with a lot of women, a lot of, what I'm saying, smart, intelligent, sexy, powerful women. But I stand out like a sore thumb because I'm a man. So it's like I don't have as much competition in this area, and it's more room for more men to come in. But it's just for men, men have to build a trust with the women following because a lot of men can use this information to manipulate and break hearts. And so you have to be mature enough to be a sexologist and to be in this field as a sex and relationship coach, especially the sex part.
Well, most definitely, I definitely agree. So listen, you mentioned this thing about these books that you have.
Yeah,
We got to talk about this book.
I'm
So
ready. I haven't been able to talk about it for a year. I'm ready. You understand?
listen, I definitely checked the book out, of course. Um, I just realized on the video, you can't even see me on the video.
I
Um,
cannot.
you cannot see me. Hold on.
She said, yes, he does. Saying that, hey, I cannot see you.
If they can't see me out there, can you see me now?
I still can't see you.
We
It's a
just,
black screen. Hey, I can see me though. Hey.
I can
What's
see
up?
you
How you
moving
doing?
back and forth on the screen. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can go. I wonder if I go out and come back in if it'll stop it. Okay,
I
I'll
hope
be right
not.
back. Hope not. We're
Oh
gonna
no.
pray.
Oh yeah, they said they can't see you.
They see me. I was looking at the video. I'm like, I can hear me, which it works out for the podcast part of it, just not for the YouTube channel part of everything.
Correct, because we cannot see. Did you hit the little the
I
camera button
did.
down low?
I did. Let me try to turn it back on. Let me see.
Somebody said great book. Thank you so much.
I can see me, but you can't see me. They can't see me, but y'all can hear me. So we gonna roll with it, okay? Um, cause can you still hear me?
I can hear you. I saw
Okay,
you
but
earlier though.
I know I don't know where I disappeared at because I'm looking at it on the Facebook and I'm like I can hear me, but I can't see me. Hold on, I'm gonna see. It shouldn't stop it. Hold on, give me 10 seconds. If it stops, I'm gonna come right back. But we're gonna fix it. But I'm trying to technical difficulties. Give me a second, y'all.
Yes, man.
Let me
So right now I'm
see.
gonna just dance for y'all. Hey, look at me go. Boogie, boogie, boogie. No, I'm just playing. But how y'all doing out there? You know what I'm saying? Why NeNe fix what she's fixing, I'm gonna talk to y'all. You know what I'm saying? If y'all have any questions, make sure you hit me up. I don't know what that says. Bum the goal, you feel me?
Did the video come on this time? No.
Nah, ain't no video.
Okay, whatever. We're gonna roll with it. Y'all
Let's roll
know
with it. Let's
what I
do it.
look. Y'all know what I look like. I'm a mystery, but y'all know my Facebook, everything's public, so y'all can see me when y'all need to see me. We're gonna roll with this video how it is, but y'all can hear me, so that's great. But okay, so this book.
Yes.
So I read it, and when I first started reading it, I'm like, okay, I'm just reading the book, and I said, I know where he's going with this because I know you. The minute I
Mm-hmm.
got into it, I said, I know where this is going. I said, because there is no way that he is writing this book about what is going on. I was like, nah, not Steven. This book is not what this is. I knew it
Mm-hmm.
as soon as I got into it, I said, I know where he's going with it. I knew exactly where it was going.
So you figured it out early.
I did because I know who you are. And I
Right.
was like, there is no way he's writing this book about this dog. There is no way this man is this big of a dog right now. Like I said, Steven would never do no stuff like this. And then I was like, I got it. As soon as I got it, but I kept reading. And I was like, this is what it is. This is what it is. It's basically role playing at its finest. And
At
I
its
said,
finest.
and I said, I knew it. And when I read it, I said, I knew that's where this book was going. Because you are a firm believer in cheating on your mate with your mate.
Correct.
And I think, and I said that to somebody, and they were like, what?
She said, your favorite
And
scene is
I'm
the
like,
car ride.
it's definitely what they say, your favorite scene is the, what does it say?
And it
Is the
says,
car ride.
and your fantasy is the car. Now the car scene happened in real life. That's not the fantasy. It happened in real
But
life.
I think it's definitely, it's definitely dope to cheat on, because it keeps the excitement going.
Yes, it
It
does.
keeps things spontaneous. I mean, think about it. We make these vows to stay with someone for the rest of our lives. It's a long time.
It's a very long time.
And if you just straight the regular old missionary, the regular old position, just not switching anything up, it's a long time.
It's a long time to be bored.
It is a long time to
It's a
be bored,
long
and it's
time to be
like,
bored.
but why not live out these fantasies of other people, being with other people with your other person?
And that was the purpose of the book, to express to people how valuable love is, and how powerful love is, and how fun love is, and how vulnerable you can be with one person. All right. And so when I wrote the book, because somebody else said they guessed the ending too, I put maybe 25 hints throughout the entire book. Like, you should have gotten it before you got to the end of the book, because there's so many hints. There's so many things and wordplay that I put in there. I'm not gonna give away the entire book, but I'm gonna ask Nene. Like, Nene, did you understand the part where why Camille was late to the gym the first time?
Yeah.
The first meeting day, she was late, right?
Yep.
Why do you know why she was late?
Hold on. Why you gonna put me on the spot like that and ask me
Cause
questions?
I put these hints. I people in the audience don't even know. Cause I bet they went right past it. But this is how detailed I tried to write the book.
Well, I know that when she first went to the gym,
Uh huh.
hold on, because I know, hold on, let me go back to it. Give me 10 seconds. Because I know that he went to the gym. She came late to her training session.
Yep.
Um, Only thing I can think of is she was,
So, so I bet you skipped over it. And so this is the only part of the book I'm gonna give away. And so they had breakfast together. Remember, like, he woke up, the
Mhm.
smelling of the food. They had breakfast. He rushed out. He said, "Damn, it's 9:18," which is the name of the book. So the 9:18 was a
Right.
little, what I'm saying, Easter egg in there. And she said, "All right." And when he walked out of the door, he said, "Don't forget to grab the fruit." Right?
Okay.
Camille was late to the gym because Janet had to go and grab the fruit. She had to make a store run.
There we go. Okay.
And then, if you can remember, when Janet came home, Marcellus fed her fruit in the bathtub, which was like 3 chapters later.
I got you. I'm on to you.
So, and so the fruit that was purchased in scene one was utilized in scene four to feed her with. But the reason she was late is because she had to go and purchase the fruit and get it home. Because just because it's role play don't mean that she's not involved. She have to be
Right.
involved in order for it to work. And so she clearly understands what's going on, like he understands what's going on. And so the challenge was for her to tease him enough and him to not take the bait, right? So she was look. Somebody said, "While I missed that, it's a lot more in there that I can pull out." You're like, "Damn!" I'm like, "Yeah,"
I
but you know what
know,
I'm saying.
right?
The point of it was like the challenge of the week, which made it so fire, is her job was to seduce Marcellus. Marcellus' job was to reject her. So every time he did something with a different character, he failed. But the only reason he failed is because he loved Janet so much that he can't reject her. He's addicted to his wife. He loves her more than anything in the world. So no matter who she is, he can't say no because it's too hard for him because he loves her too much. And so it was a challenge the whole game, the whole book. So when she like, "Oh, I'm Camille," he was supposed to say no. He wasn't supposed to do what he did
Right.
because it's the
And
art of the role play. And so
but
that's what
he
I think made it
listen.
special for me.
He definitely listened. He definitely did. And I was first. I was like, I know he's not about to cheat on. I know he ain't about to sleep with this. And then the girl from school in the cafeteria, I was like, you know
Uh
what?
huh.
Nah. I said, nah. I said something ain't right about this. That's when I started. I said, ain't no way he about to try to cheat. Nah, he not. Somebody else is coming. Nah, he ain't cheat. I said, this is Steven I'm thinking about. This is Steven we're
Yeah.
talking about. That's when I started catching on. I was like, Steven does not do dogs. It's one thing I know. If one thing I
Correct.
know that you're gonna preach on is you're gonna preach on being faithful in a relationship and making sure that you are attending to your mate. I said he ain't gonna
Correct.
do no dogs because I've read plenty of books. Last year I read about 500 books. Okay,
Look at you.
And a lot of them were black authors, and a lot of them were, like they did the whole thug thing and the whole I'm gonna hit you and I'm gonna cheat on you, but I really love you, and I was like, this is a lot to take in, I keep like it's like they had to go through the most
Yeah.
to be loved. And it's like, but when you read your book, it's like this man is just loving one person. He's loving her in all these aspects. And it was refreshing to see something else besides thugs and rich people who got money. And I was just like, okay, it's a refreshing book compared to all the other ones that I read. But I try to definitely support, smaller authors, authors who aren't as big, and they got some great books, but it was just definitely different from all the rest of them.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that I was different. But I didn't write the book like, oh, I'm gonna be different. I just want to be authentically myself. I was like, I want to put out into the world who I really am and how I really love. And it was like, do Steven need multiple women? No. Why don't I need multiple women? Because I can do X, Y, and Z with this one. I wanted to write about that. Like, no, we not all slime balls. We not all pieces of shit. We not all dogs. We not nah. There's so much I could do with you if you're willing to do it with
De-
me.
Definitely, and I think a lot more people should see that, because I think a lot of women get to that point where they're, that breaking point where they are like all men, and for one, you have to question: have you really dated all men? Like, yeah, think about
Correct.
me, man. You've really dated. You've only dated like five.
You
That's a
feel
lot
me?
of alls for five people, And I think that to see something like that is refreshing to see men in different light, because we let a lot of times women let those situations be our judgment for every man that we meet, which is, where the whole, the love coaching stuff comes in, all the coaching comes in. Um, men like variety. Listen, they do, and they do like variety, and that's why that comment right
Listen,
there, y'all,
listen.
he gets a little bit
Men
of variety.
men like variety, right? But men can't handle variety. So men like selective variety. They like variety that they choose, that they're in control of. There's a huge difference between men like variety and men like the variety that they're in control of. And so when you start tapping into a level of women that force you to be a certain way, right? So if we want to talk about alpha males for a second, just to answer this question, just to give him an example, it's like an alpha male, which I dislike all of the dudes who say they're alpha males. I just like the mindset, and so it's like an alpha male can only love his partner the way that another man tells him that he's able to love them. Because as an alpha male, there's rules created by another man. You can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do this, and that makes you an alpha. And so you got to operate in this space. So you don't love your woman how you desire to love her or how she's required to be loved. You love her based off of how another man is telling you to love her. That's one thing. And then two, you can only be an alpha male to the woman that you choose because you can only be an alpha male to a woman that's beneath you. You can't be an alpha male to Rihanna. You can't be an alpha male to Beyonce. You can't be an alpha male to, I'm saying, Halle Berry, because these women don't need you for anything. You don't have as much money as them, so you can't pay all their bills. You can't do all the things that you claim an alpha male do because you cannot provide those things. It's not who you are. You're not in position to do so. And so you have to be selective. So you're a selective alpha male to people that you feel is beneath you. That's why women can't choose you. You have to choose them. And so when men like variety, is like, hmm, men are more controlling. You like controlled variety versus just variety. But I get where there's going though.
Yeah, but that's what you for. See, you got it.
Yeah,
That's what you for to give the game, coach.
there's the game.
And I guess I guess what I give when, like you said, man, like variety. I guess man like different things. Uh, which I guess that's where the whole let's switch it up a little bit comes from. Let's be not us today. Let's just be
That's where role playing
girlfriend
comes in.
boyfriend.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's do something different. That's why I tell people, let's sneaky, if you're in a relationship, sneaky link at the hotel with your mate. It could be
because women are more bored than men in relationships. Women love variety as well.
Listen, and we do. And I think that's where it comes, the equally yoked thing, because you both have to be on the same page in order to make it work. You both have to want that, because we do get bored. We don't like the same things. Contrary to popular belief that we just like to do these few positions and that we just like to do the same thing over. No, we do not,
Correct.
because we like to find different ways to orgasm. We like to find different buttons for you to push to make us scream, and we like all that. We like all those different things.
Correct.
So I think that a lot of times people do fail to realize that, and a lot of women are not vocal as much as men are. I think that's where some of the problem comes in, is that women don't say it as much.
It's harder for women to be vocal because y'all haven't been able to be sexually liberated as long as we have. Y'all are just now being able to speak out openly about what you desire sexually, how you want it, when you want it, as much as you want it. And some women are still suppressed to where they can't have that conversation. And I personally feel like men are better at sex. Women work harder at sex than we do. And so it's easy for a man to be like, I'm not bored, but she can be bored as shit. Because even though I feel like we're better, that's why I keep saying it's opinionated. I feel like men are better. We're lazy. Women have to do their hair, do their makeup, put on lingerie, shave their legs, set the mood, get the candles, do the rose petals. Normally they the one who give head first. They gotta have their
Woo!
body lotion down, shimmer, shimmer, glitter. Like we just throw on some boxers. Like shit, what's good? You coming through? You coming
You
into bed
ready or
now?
not?
Y'all gotta dance, put on the heels. We like shit. You ready to get this? You feel me? So you know what I'm saying? Men are lazier sexually than women are.
I would agree. I would definitely agree. Like you said, it's opinion, and I think it depends on the situation. That a collective man may be better, but it definitely, there's one offs for every situation there is.
Mm,
Um, there's no rule book that says all of this stuff
yeah,
is straight facts for everybody, because everybody is different, especially when it comes to
correct.
the bedroom. We all require different sexual levels of satisfaction. Gosh, I couldn't get the word out. But we do a lot. We definitely do a
A lot.
shit. We do when you really roll it out, it's like we go through a lot to have sex. And I do, and the whole point of when I decided to do the show, which is about, it'll be 5 years soon, um was because, for one, the black community had a cloud over it. Like, wait, the black community itself couldn't be as liberated as they wanted to be. And
Hmm.
then I hated that women felt like they had to just shut up and take it. Shut up and don't talk about sex. You can't be satisfied with sex. You just have to kind of deal with it. You can't really say much because you're a woman. And if you say something, it's like, what? Why is she talking about sex? Why is she out here? She's having that kind of sex. What is she doing?
Yep.
And that was one of the reasons why I started the show, because I want women to be more comfortable when it comes to sex, speaking up during sex, saying what you like, what you don't like, and really, and I don't think anyone, I don't care what you are, should accept bad sex. You should be able to talk to your partner if you're not feeling satisfied. You should be able to have that conversation with your partner. Your partner should be open to that conversation. I think that everyone should, we instantly go into that, what's that, defense mode when someone says,
Yeah.
oh, you're not satisfying me. What you mean I'm not satisfying you? What are you talking about? I think that people should be more open to those conversations. And it doesn't have to necessarily be you're not satisfying me. But let your partner know, like, because like you said, it does, this is lifetime a lot of times. We're
Yeah.
gonna want different things. We're gonna want, sometimes we're gonna experience something new. Be open to that.
I'm so nonchalant with that conversation. Like I can be two ways. I'm gonna be transparent. I can be two ways with that statement. Like you ain't satisfying me. One part of me is like so, and the other part of me is like this is me being real. The other part is me wanting to know the solutions, right? So the so part, the asshole part of me is like if We didn't have the conversation about what I like, what you like, how you like your head, or how I like my head, favorite positions, our fantasies, our desires. And we just skipped past the conversation piece of us learning each other sexually because we just too uncomfortable to converse. If I did a bad job, oh fucking well. We didn't have the conversation. I don't know what to do to please you because you're an individual. I could do all the moves I did for Maria and hope they work. And you can be like, and that didn't work. I'm like, maybe next time because we didn't know. So if like I'll never get mad at a woman if she decides to give me head and we never have the conversation of how I like my head. And she's just down there just a going, and I'm just up here like, all right, all right. I'm not gonna be upset with her because I never told her what I liked. She was just down there blind sucking. And so it's like, you tried your best. Kudos for that. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? But if I express to you what I like, what I desire, how I like it, we didn't, you know what I'm saying? We didn't create a Throat Thursday with the word. You didn't practice a couple weeks. I'm expecting some A1 from day one. You understand me? Versus
I,
just me being transparent.
no, definitely. I think, but that goes that sex conversation
Correct.
that should have been had ahead of
Correct.
time. And so, in this day and age, though, we find people still running from that conversation
Correct. And that's where bad sex lives. Right there.
because,
In that
because
missed conversation.
the women are still like, well, he just wants to have sex with me. If he's talking about sex, clearly that's all he wants to do, and he doesn't want to get to know me. And we still have a lot of women in that mind frame. When in fact, I mean, I tell people all the time, this is just what I say. Of course, the person that's getting to know you wants to have sex with you. Now, whether that happens or not, because once you talk to someone, you figure out the chemistry, figure out if it's going to work,
Yeah.
figure out what happens. The sex might not happen. But when I first look at you, I'm not looking at you and saying, oh gosh, I think that he is smart. Like, that's not the first
Correct.
thing that goes through my mind. It's like, I'm looking at you like, damn, it's a steak. That's a nice looking,
Yeah.
I'd hit that. But
You know what
now
I'm saying? If
whether it
I'm thinking it,
happens,
you thinking it.
yeah, and now whether it happens is a whole different ball game. But of course,
Correct.
somebody's looking to, that's all they go off is the physical. Like, people are not meeting people and just going off great conversation. Oh my gosh, like this, you
Yeah,
don't
he's
know that.
intelligent. All
Right?
right. All
Gosh,
right.
gosh, he looks like he can hold a great conversation. No, that's not what we're thinking. You
Not at
figure all
all.
that out as you go. And I think that people run from that, especially women, when a man starts bringing that sex conversation up, they run because they're like, oh shit, he just wants sex. But then I tell them, you end up tied up hanging from the ceiling because you didn't know what this person was into, and now look at you. You didn't know that they were into bondage. Now you're
Correct.
trying something, you're like, well, what the fuck is going on? Why the hell am I hanging from the ceiling right now? You know? And speaking of that, I know a lot of, I know BDSM is one of your things.
It is. Or rated red six. That's what I changed it to.
There we go. That's what. So what made you come up with Rated Red Six?
I came up with rated red six because I didn't like all of BDSM. Right. I didn't like the sadism and make masochism, some shit like that. I ain't said it in so long.
What I know what you're talking about.
But
The
you
M,
know where I'm at. Yeah, the M.
the M.
Them two. The S and the M were not my thing. It was like, like giving someone punishments for certain things or making people feel less than, degrading people, spitting on people. Like that's not my thing. I don't find that sexy at all, and I don't find that any love is attached to that behavior. And so I was like, I can't do BDSM because I don't rock with the S and the M. I just rock with the B and the D. You understand me? And so I switched it to rated red sex because I wanted to feel more like love or kinky love. Like it's okay for me to tie you up and suck on you and kiss on you and love on you, and it feels like love. It's okay for me to blindfold you. It's okay for me to, have you in a swing or put you in front of a mirror or pull out a camera. Put a ball gag in your mouth. It's okay for me to do these things to you out of love, and you feel sexy as fuck. You feel appreciated. You feel adored. You feel like a masterpiece, versus you feel like a piece of shit, or you feel like this slave per se. When I walk in the room, look down and kneel before me, it's like, I don't want that. but I would like, you know what I'm saying? If I walk in a room and I see you on your knees, I know what time it is. You understand me? And we have a connection with it, and then it can be reversed to where it's like, you know what I'm saying? That we have certain rules in our contract to where you say, well, if I have a certain word that I say, that mean, you know what I'm saying, kiss my right inner thigh, bet, no problem, I got you. It's still intimate, it's still passionate, it's still organic, it's still sexy, it's still enhanced communication, it's still it still allows you to be a leader. It teaches us how to listen to each other. And so by you having keywords on certain days, it can be Tuesday and Thursday. I'm letting you know and I'm pouring into you at the same time. I'm pouring into you in the relationship by letting you know when you request something as a leader, as the person in charge of the day, I'm going to give it to you and support your decision or your request. And so, outside of anything sexual inside of this relationship, you're like, oh, if I tell my husband about money, finances, he's going to listen to me because I've built this trust over time. Because we have this contract where we do certain shit on Tuesdays and Thursdays where I've proven to him I am a valuable leader. And when I lead, we still get to a successful place. It translates straight out the bed outside of the bedroom. And that's why I created Rated Red Sex because it doesn't just enhance sex, it enhances love, communication, and relationships. And so that's why I created it.
I love it. I love it because definitely when it comes to, like you said, when it comes to BDSM, a couple things I'm like, yeah, nah, that, and I think that is important, especially being a sexpert, sexologist, whatever term you all choose to use, sex educator, is to know your boundaries, know your limits, because a lot of people feel like we just do everything. Like
Correct.
I told somebody, I was like, I've never been with a woman. They were like, what? Like, I didn't know that y'all assumed that I date women. Like, I didn't know that this was an
Man.
assumption because of my title. But
Oh
that's
yeah.
not the first time I've heard it. And so to know, like, when you're like, I don't like the S and the M part, I like the B and the D. I don't really want to do the S and the M.
Right.
I think that's important to note because of the fact that people seem to think that when you're doing this, you're just all in. You're just ready to dive in. You're ready to be on your feet,
Yeah.
kneeling, kissing somebody's shoes, being stepped on, being, you ready to have your body burn with fire. Like they just assume that you're
They
gonna
assume
do.
we do everything and like everything. It's like I ain't gotta try that shit. Like you know what I'm saying? That's not my niche. That's not what I coach about. So I damn sure ain't gonna do it, ma'am. Like they ain't got nothing to do with me. Like you ain't never nope, I have not. You wouldn't let
And,
nobody
and,
know. I would not.
exactly. And it's funny because they hear expert. It's like, but every expert has their own thing that they do. Like every expert
Correct.
has an expertise. Like we don't all dive into everything. Like I'm
Correct.
like, y'all got the word expert a little confused. I can get you there. I can tell you who to contact so you can
That's
dive
that's me
into
24/7.
if you
Oh,
want to
oh,
do
you do
some of that
that?
stuff.
Hey, go hit NeNe. She gets you straight.
Yeah, because
I tell I tell
because
women. Go ahead.
no, you go ahead. You good?
I tell women all the time when they be like, "Well, I need some tips on giving my man head." I said, "Ma'am, I don't do that. Like, I can't. I can tell you what I enjoy, but I don't do that. So I can't teach you shit in that area. NeNe can though. Listen, hit my girl up. She's on Facebook. NeNe at night. If she respond, tell her I sent you. But I can't personally be like, yo, if you take your hands and twist. I don't fucking know because I don't do that. So you can't ask me about things I don't do. And I'm very referral based. Like, hey, I will refer you to the nearest sexologist because that ain't me. I'm not the one
That
to
is the
ask that
same thing
question.
when it comes to I don't think when I tell people I do oral classes, I'm like I do dick sucking classes. Let's be clear.
There we
Because
go.
I am a woman, I can teach you how I can't really I got a guy who actually eats pussy. We're gonna send you to him because he eats the pussy. Me, I just I get my pussy ate. I don't eat pussy. So I'm gonna teach I'm gonna let someone else teach you the game. I can tell like I said, and even when it comes to the oral, like I tell them, I can only give you tips, tricks, and things to try what to pay attention to because
Hmm.
your man is not her man and that's not her man. Like when women go through the whole men say don't use teeth, I'm like there's a couple of guys out there that might like you to scrape them a little bit, put a little, I'm like that's different. So you have to try different things. I wouldn't just go and dive in and say, hey, let me try teeth. But your guy might like some teeth.
Let
You know
me
what I'm
try
saying?
it.
Yeah, listen, that one. Listen, what do we try? Listen, that one right there, y'all. If y'all don't know,
Mm-mm.
that's me right there. That's all me right there, down there making that. Let me show y'all the comment. That's
That's
me.
hilarious.
That this one, that's my personal test dummy right there.
There we go.
That's my personal. I'm like, hey, you want to try some crazy shit? Let's see if this works. There we go, right there. But yeah, when it comes to the things, I definitely all sending people. Look, Steven can get you together on pussy. You can get you together on the central. Because like I tell people, I'm central, but I'm more. I tell people I use the word ratchet. I'm not really ratchet, but I'm more of a ratchet sex. But I'm gonna get you there though. But I have other people who can teach you to be more sensual.
Yeah.
Other people that are a lot more sensual than I am because I didn't want to change who I was because I became a sexpert. I can be sensual, but I can't teach you how to be sensual. I know my lane. I can teach you a lot of other stuff, but that part, I got people for that. You got people for everything. It's like you said,
Yep.
it's a referral world. Because if we learned everything, we'd be tired. Like
Man,
the brain is. I mean, just sitting and listening to everything we learned in school. It's like shit. That's a lot of shit. Like that's a fucking lot of shit to learn and to be. It's a lot to take in. So I like that part how we do know our lanes. We do know where to go.
yep.
And like I said, I think more. I had a man tell me he was thinking about being into the world, and I'm like, you should do it. If you really have a passion for it, you should do it because we do need more males.
Yeah, you have to
And
have a passion for it though.
I think we need more. I seen a lot of males from all walks of life. I think we need more heterosexual males in the field because they're far and few in between. Um, because the LGBT community is heavily represented, men and females in the sex world. I think more heterosexual males because I just feel like women, even though I can help women, women do gravitate to men a lot, especially when it comes to selling sex toys. I tell men all the
Yeah.
time, you try it. If you really want to do it, try it. Like, do you not know that my heck my dude helps me sell toys and he sells probably just as much as I do to other people because they come to him. The women come to him. They're like, hey, you got your girlfriend got that toy, but they're coming to him about the toy. And men have a way of talking to females.
Yeah, I was a toy king for a minute. Boy,
You were. You
let me
were.
slow down. Like after the book started going and the shirts started going and I started traveling and coaching, I couldn't keep up with all the orders. I was the toy king for a minute.
Well, yeah, you got that's another thing. You got to pick what you do, what you don't do, which part
I
you want
wish
to
I could have
focus
kept it
on.
going. I wish I could have kept going.
It'll come back, and as you go here and there, you'll get back to it. I have a feeling you're gonna get back to the toys because you
I am.
definitely was a toy king. Definitely sold the hell out of some toys. The women definitely, and just if y'all know, look, I met Steven on Facebook
Hmm.
in a Facebook Live group, and the girls, for
Hmm.
one, the girls just went to him because his eye color. His eye color just, and he was handsome. All the girls just loved him. So it made, but he had a passion for it in a different way. You can see the difference in some men and him. So you can tell he had that passion, that fire for it. So when I say you have to have that passion, you definitely have to have that passion to be in the sex world because you have to be open minded for one. You have to be willing to learn because instead of saying, a lot of people are like, yuck, you can't say yuck in this world, like just ill. You want to sometimes, but you keep that in the back of your mind because the stuff you hear
Yeah.
makes you second guess a lot of shit.
I say a lot.
Yeah, that one
That's my one.
because it's a lot, and you just be like, people, yeah, people really do that. That's really it. Like that BDSM thing again. They really do that. Oh, people like I tell people all the time, just for something. I'm like, they're like, people. Somebody asked me if I would get pissed on. I'm like, no, that's not for me. But people do get paid to do that. But
Yep.
you gotta have a certain diet, certain even like, and you know how much people gotta prep for stuff like that. It ain't as simple. But I'm like, nah.
Yeah. I know people who love it. And that's the thing. And it's like being in this world, you have to be around people and not offend people. And so just because I don't like the S and the M, that might be the favorite part of BDSM for a group of people that I have to be around. And so I can't let my facial expressions or my opinion be like, hey, ugh. It got to be like, hey, it's just not for me. Like, that's dope as shit. That is for you. That's fire. You know what I'm saying? It ain't for me. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you love it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Fifth pound, like, you have to have a certain level of maturity and create these non-judgment atmospheres to where people are comfortable being around you and feel understood. Because the hardest thing to do for a lot of people is to talk about sex because they fear rejection and being judged. And once you make it safe for people to have this conversation with you, a lot of doors open. You like, yo, man, you like what you like. That's fire. You understand me? You want me to watch?
No,
Nah, I can't do that for you though. But yeah, that's fire. What you got going on over there?
right, right. I can't help you, but I can point you in the right direction of somebody who
Correct.
can. That's the thing, and that is a thing because when I went to Exotica back in September, it,
Hey,
it was definitely it was different being around a bunch of people in a non-judgment zone, where everybody was just in their element in the sex world, and I was just like, this shit is dope. Like, this is freaking amazing.
wasn't it mind blowing?
Listen, it
Oh,
was it was so freaking dope. I'm just like, and you just and even though I've been around stuff, when you're there, you're just like, oh my god, I love it. Like, I love it here. Like, oh my goodness, it's a kid in a candy store.
yeah,
Look
that's
at that,
how I felt. That's how I felt.
talking about your tongue. Uh,
Because I'm thinking about my tongue comes out when I start thinking about certain shit. Like
look,
erotica for me was fire. Like I had the passes. It was fire for me. It was like,
it's
damn, I'm in
definitely
my element.
it's a dope event for anyone, even if you're not in the sex world. It's
Yeah.
if you're just somebody who wants to explore. It's one of the dopest events. I went to Miami, which wasn't as
Woo.
cracking. It wasn't as cracking as Jersey was.
You did
Um,
Jersey?
no, I went to Miami, but
I thought you
Jersey.
did Jersey too. Okay.
No, this year I do plan to go to Jersey. I had Tayomi on my show recently,
Yeah.
and she puts it together. And Jersey is one of my stops. She put a dope. The seminars were amazing to just see different people. Like, they even had one just for plus size people in the industry. They had one for intro to BDSM, just simple spanking and stuff. So they had a lot, and it was just so freaking like, the
Yeah.
fuck, like, this is it's dope to meet all these people who have all these different walks of life, who
Yeah.
who but they're all coming together as one.
And chilling. I did LA. It was dope. It was super dope.
See,
I
I
chilled
need
with
to. Well,
Ron Jeremy. That was the highlight of my weekend.
you know what? He is actually one of my he's one of my favorites because of, I think that he gave people a different idea of white man. And
Yeah.
he didn't let them keep that stereotype. I feel like he broke
Uh,
a barrier with that,
he
because I
did.
think people still feel like that. But I'm like, Ron Jeremy, and he's a heavyset guy too. So I think
Man,
that you
5'2", 250,
I
like
think
with Crocs
he
on.
broke a lot of stereotypes. Like, he broke a lot being who he is. And that my goal this year is to travel more, to be out there more, to get to more events, because it's amazing to be in the world. It's definitely just amazing to be around your
Yeah.
own people.
Let me
But
know,
like you,
cause
but like you,
I'm going to a couple of them. Let me know.
listen. Look. See, I took my dude with me, and y'all, kid in the candy store too. He was a kid in the candy store with me. It's dope to have a partner who's ready to be a kid in the candy store with you,
Yep.
because because in this world, it's dope to have somebody who can understand what you're doing. Especially when those toys. Because I'm like, hey, I got this new toy that I want to sell. Can we try it? Like, can we try these new toys? Because I'm all about the toys. I know you all about the toys in the bedroom.
100%.
That's
100%.
so. Listen, from a guy's perspective, that's what we need from a guy's perspective. Toys in the bedroom.
Toys in the bedroom is man's best friend. Is how I put it. My one phrase that I enjoy to tell my clients is that Your woman cannot make a toy come, but you can make your woman come with a toy. And so that's my goal. And just because we use a toy to make you have an orgasm, don't mean that I wasn't a part of that orgasm. I used a toy on you, so I still made that happen. And so the toys are like those are like my wingmen. You feel me? It's like, okay. So while I'm, you know what I'm saying, probably getting some head, I'm gonna stroke you with this, and I'm gonna get you to your place, and I'm gonna make you come, and I'm gonna make you squirt, and I'm gonna do this. I haven't even reached my peak yet. And so you've reached your climax three, four, 5 times before I even had the opportunity to slide up in. And it makes my job easier. One, you're stupid with. Two, you're already at your climax. So any of the little things that I do now is gonna make it come right back. Boom, boom. Now you had 6, 7 orgasms because we've already put you to that place, and I'm not gonna let you lower yourself. You know what I'm saying? We gonna keep you at this peak. And so with toys, it's like, yo, you're my best friend. Even if it's like if I feel like I'm gonna come faster, right? I can always stop and then do something with a toy to preserve myself in my orgasm while not letting you lose yours. So that's what toys do for me, and it creates opportunities for different things to happen. And so even if I was to take a suction dildo, right? If I was like, "Yo, we'll have a threesome tonight," she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Just be cool, chill out, just trust your boy, right?" And I put a suction dildo headboard, bow, boom, blindfold, boom, and that was all about my talk game. How well can I create this atmosphere? How vivid can I paint this picture? So while she's stroking this toy, I done gave this toy a name. I be calling him bro. While I'm getting hit, I'm like, keep hitting that shit, bro. Whatever it makes her feel like she's in that space. The music playing, the candles are burning, the smell is there, the ambiance is there, the blindfold is there, and all she can really hear is my voice. You know what I'm saying? So I'm creating this visual for her because she's blindfolded. She can't see shit. So whatever I say is happening, which creates the fucking orgasm. And it creates oh, I think we have a threesome. Yep, we are. He killing your shit. And then I'm gonna smack your ass. Boom. Don't be smacking her ass on that. I'm gonna smack this side, bro. Boom. We having fun. It's all in the middle of role playing, but we're creating something and you're going to remember it. Because I'm sure a lot of people don't do that for you. So she's gonna
So,
remember.
did you ever have a time where toys, okay, dildos specifically, because I know bullets are less intimidating than dildos.
Hmm.
There's a lot of toys that are less intimidating with dildos. So, did you ever have a time where you were ever intimidated by a dildo or were hesitant before, where you were before, like about just bringing a dildo in the bedroom?
No. Like, you know what I'm saying? That ain't my business. I understand what I'm capable of. It's all about confidence, right? And so I know a dildo is going to sit in a certain position and she have to do all the work. So I understand angles, I understand stroke, I understand speed. You know what I'm saying? I understand what I'm capable of doing with my body. So it's like, okay, if you want to slide that inside of you, cool. But then what? Now your arms got to keep working. No. So while you sitting on that, I'm gonna handcuff you to that, and then I'm gonna stroke your mouth. How about that? You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna play my position. I don't care if a dildo is in there or not. I know my role, and so sexual confidence is magnetic. And so I don't bring a fucking 12 incher in there if you want to. I don't get two shits because once I get in there, I stroke differently than a dildo strokes.
Because the
Right?
dildo don't got no stroke. You stroke like you said.
Correct.
We do all the work when it comes to a dildo, and I
Correct.
think that's a good way to look at it for people, for especially men, because that dildo gonna sit there. I gotta do all the work and do all the movements. You do all the work when it's
Correct.
yours.
And
And
it still is different. It's like the throbbing sensations. Like my shit can do things that a dildo can't. The way it feels, the warmth, the throbbing, it's different. So it's like,
it
yeah,
is.
bring whatever you want in there.
It is because I tell people, like I say, I don't use dildos much because I prefer, the real thing. Because for me, it does it, but my imagination, I'm like, shit, where's my man? Fuck this deal. Bring my, and that's because, and I think that that's a lot of guys don't realize that is we can have as many toys as we want to, but there's nothing like the toy can't touch us. It
Hmm.
can't rub us. It can't stroke the way that we want it to. That is tarring, taking your arm and trying to use it for everything. It's different when a man's using his body to do everything. When you got the toy, you got to put a lot more effort into it because it's you. You
Correct.
know, you got to hold it in place and do what you got to do. It ain't a man. I think the guys forget that a lot of times. It's not a competition. A toy is not your competition. We're not gonna trust me. We're not gonna fall in love. I know women say they're in love with the rose, but let's be realistic. The rose is there for a few minutes of satisfaction. That's all it is. The rose is more fun with your mate. I'm here to tell
Yep.
you, the rose is more fun with somebody. I'm here to let y'all know it's fun in the bedroom. It's a great way if you just need to relieve stress and all that. But it's not gonna replace a man. It's not a
At
man.
all.
Like it's not him. It's a big difference between the veins and the throbbing and the. I don't care if it's fleshlight, whatever. It's not real. But I like how you mentioned that because I think a lot of guys are intimidated by those. And even the big ones. But I don't think guys realize that we're made to stretch and snap back. That's what we're for. And we push out
Hmm.
whole babies, and the whole baby came out like the baby's bigger than that 12-inch dildo. I just want you to know the baby is a lot bigger, and we snap back. I don't think guys realize that, and I think that after they see a 12-inch, they're like, "Well, shit."
I think it's more psychological. I think it's so many videos and so much content, uh, body shaming men for their size and their penis size, that that's the biggest issue. So it's almost like, well, you prefer this over me. And I know you prefer this over me because you like 4 videos saying that, you know what I'm saying? Even if you use Soldier Boy, who else was out? Soldier Boy, Fizz, Nelly, and
Or
who the dude with the damn teeth? Hitman
who
Holla. So you had
who
all
was
these dudes releasing these pictures, right? And so, of course, I didn't go search the shit up, but still, I saw all of the content about these four
right?
men releasing pictures. And so the content was Soldier Boy, ooh, Big Draco, oh my God. And then you had Fizz, ooh, you mushroom shrimp. And then you had Nelly, like, oh, I wish it was hot in here, but it ain't because he's so little. And so you have 3 million views out of the shooter this plastic. He's hilarious. You have 3 million views of telling people that whatever Nelly's size is, which women was like, oh, he's average, he's about 6'7". So for every dude that's 6'7", we like, damn, that's trash. Like, I can't pull this shit out at 6'7". Every dude that's shaped kind of funny is like, damn, we can't pull this shit out because we shape kind of funny. Oh, Big Draco, he's like, whoa, it's like a baby leg. We like, well, I guess I can only pull it out if I got a baby leg. And so it's more sexual confidence for men. It's not really about, oh, she has a dildo, they stretch, understanding the facts about it and the physics about it. It's more like what you really desire. Because based off of
Right.
social media, you desire something that looks like a fucking calf muscle. And so clearly that ain't me. So
I agree.
I
And
don't want no
and you
toys in the bedroom.
and you know what's crazy though is like I tell people all the time. I've talked about bigger penises and all that, but like I tell them, at the end of the day, it's all about what you doing, what you working with.
Mhm.
Because he could be what they call hitman holla and not know what to do, and he might just hurt you. Like
Correct.
he might just rearrange your cervix, and then you get no pleasure. He and Nelly actually, and when they kept saying that about Nelly, I'm like, what are y'all out here? Are y'all really not? Y'all not out here finding hitman hollers everywhere. And Nelly's average, and it works. The girls is gone. It's working for somebody. Heck, April left Omarion for Lil Fizz. It's working.
It's working for
Everybody,
somebody. Shit, Ashanti was
everybody's
Nelly for the
different. I'm like,
longest.
we all want different things, and but I think that too many women say they want it large, and no, they don't. They can't take a large one.
They can't even
Large is not
handle it.
always in charge, and just because it's large don't mean it knows what it's doing with it. It could be the like I mean, when I was still a virgin, I seen a large one, and I said, "What the fuck you gonna do? No, you're not touching me." He was like, "What? Nah, bro, what the fuck you gonna do with that? That's like 12. I'm fucking no, leave me alone." To this day, you can't tell me that 12 inches is gonna be what you gonna. You want me to do it every day? Like you want bro, I need like a week to recuperate. like, like
Yeah,
it's like and so I tell people all the time, it's what you like. Every
correct.
guy's for somebody. There's a guy out there perfectly for somebody. Our girls don't like them huge because like I said, it's the motion and the ocean. It is not the size that matters, because you know, if you ain't got no rhythm and you just humping it, I don't care how big it is, how little it is, it ain't gonna get nowhere. You got to know what you're working with. And if you do feel like, guys, if you do feel like you're not well endowed and you feel like you're little, women say that, find different ways to work around it. There's different positions for it. Find that position for that woman that's gonna work for her. Hey, you know, toys are your friend. Like I said, like you said, just a bullet is your friend. Find different ways to spice it up in different things, so you can make sure that if this is your goal to please your woman,
That's it.
find different ways to spice it up. There's a lot out there. Don't ever feel like, you know, you little. And if you need to, you got a sexologist. You can talk to the man. You might not want to tell him
Exactly.
your size. If you need to, you can talk to me. I'm not gonna laugh at your size. I don't laugh at nobody's size and none of that. I don't want to see your size anyway. But if you're feeling that way, talk to somebody. That's where we come into play, to give you ways to try to use what you got, because that's what you got. That's
Yep.
all you got. You ain't got nothing else. You got that. You got your tongue. You got your fingers. You know, I think a
And
lot
we'll
of
teach you to
times
use it. That's what
finding
we'll
those,
do.
I think finding those different zones or different erogenous zones and things, I don't think people use them to their advantage in the
I agree.
bedroom to touch all of those senses. I think that once more people learn about these different zones and learn to use what they got, I think sex will go to a whole nother level. Because I don't think, you know, they really don't realize that. Like, just kissing the back of somebody, kissing somebody's ear is a whole different ball game.
Different
Like,
ball game, man.
like you just lick my ear, like, well, shit, you know, or you know, like, you know, I think that a lot of that. So hit somebody up. Don't feel bad about your size, fellas. And if she brings something in the bedroom, just try it with her. Be open minded. Be willing to. And ladies, don't just bring something into the bedroom and not talk to them about it.
Now, the the thing that I have to talk to couples about a lot is always, lady fellas, accept it if she brings something in the bedroom, but men have toys too, and
Yeah.
women are not very accepting of male toys.
Well, ladies, let me tell y'all. Listen, I think it's a conversation that should definitely be had amongst you and your partner about the type of toys that you all have, or about the things you want to try. It's definitely a conversation. Because if my man come in with a toy, well, let's talk about it. Let's try it and see. You know, I'm always into, fellas have different toys they want to try on you. Fellas do come with toys.
Yep.
Fellas do, like, they do come with toys. Don't trip if you walk in there. They come with toy boxes. Don't sleep on the guys. I've seen some guys with some toy boxes out there, you know. But I think that should definitely be a conversation that should be had, rather than just, hey,
Because
babe, I got this. Let's just do it right now. It's,
it's viewed different. Just the way I just talked about suction dildos, putting on there, stimulating the threesome. They have, you know, the 30-pound ass that jiggle and feels like an ass that a dude
yep,
control. Like, can you imagine you walking in the room, your dude just going to town on that just knocking that bitch, smacking it, just jiggling. Like, dudes gonna get judged, they gonna get clowned, they gonna get laughed at by males and females. Guess what he's
get
in there
called
doing?
lonely and all of
Fucking
that
fucking with a
stuff.
toy. It's like, but you can stroke a dildo all day, and I'm like, guess what I caught her doing? Stroking a dildo. They like, so. But if you catch me in there stroking the same type of silicone toy that's meant for me, is, oh my god, he's in there. So it has to be acceptance on both ways.
Yeah,
If women can
and
do it, men should be able to do it.
that could be the threesome that you giving him that you don't want to
Correct.
have with another body. That could be a threesome right there, and y'all can make, like you said, you call them, bro. Hey, sis, feel me?
I,
Take this, sis.
that's one of my number one selling toys. Like, I have the it's like the half torso. So if she can like hold the waist and she can stroke him while she sits on his face, and it stimulates a
That,
threesome. And she's in
that's a
full
threesome.
control of the way that the toy rides him. And it feels like a real body. Like, if he wants to squeeze it, it's soft. It smack it, it wiggles. You know what I'm saying? But you
That's a
can stimulate the same threesome.
that's a whole
Blindfold and
threesome
sit on
right
his face, and you use the toy as a riding. Shit crazy.
there. Listen, I mean, but you know, that could save a
Get
lot
the
of
Rhino
relationships.
2000.
He's, if y'all
Yep.
don't know, he's a comedian too, y'all. But yeah, but yes, but that, a lot of these things I think should be more in that, because that'll save a relationship. Maybe if he really wants a threesome, y'all can try that. Because you're not willing to give a threesome, that could be a, you know, a happy medium. It could work. You feel me? Like, What she say? Have they done? Have they done what to who? Have
But
who
that
done
that
what?
that is a happy threesome. I tell all my clients who say I want to try a threesome, but we don't know. I have them do that, and it
Yeah.
lets them know, like, are you really built for that? Could you really, like, when she hearing her man moan, right, and she hearing the reaction, and if he comes fast from this toy being stroked, can you really handle if another woman is doing that? Can you handle him moaning like that, or him reacting like that, or his body nutting? And what if he just busts like crazy? You like all this from a toy? Like, can you handle if that was an actual woman? You kind of
That
you kind of get that visual like, I don't know, or hell yeah, that was sexy. You kind of put yourself in that space to know if you can really do it or not. Um, and it works for a lot of couples.
yeah, because that's a just think, and that's one of the things I know my limits. That's why I know my limits on whether I can do a threesome. For one, I'm not into women, but for that, I'll be like, you moaning too. What you doing? Why you moaning so hard? Why? That's why we're gonna keep that over there.
Right.
We're
You know
gonna
what I'm
get
saying?
listen, babe. Gonna threesome. He got the toy. You feel me? Got the body. We can try it.
You know what I'm saying? I even
But
had a dude come hit me up like, it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. I was like, "Was your imagination?" He's like, "No, I was there." He's like, "It felt like two women." He's like, "But just something in me felt wrong doing it." He's
yep,
like, "I
that
just felt her energy, and it just felt like it just wouldn't be the right thing to do." And so he got it out of his system. He did it without doing it, and he was like, I don't really want a threesome no more. Not like that." So
see stuff
it
like
was
that
a
works.
tool that made him understand, like, yo, I thought I wanted it because everybody talked about it. I really don't want it.
It ain't what it's cracked up to be, and
Right.
it's not for everybody. I think so. That is a great way. Y'all, are you getting this one? That is a great way to do something like that because I mean, like, so toys are your friends. Toys are your mates, your best friends. Toys are there to assist you. Toy,
Yeah.
y'all get assist in basketball. That's what a toy is. It's
That's
the
it.
alley. Throw the alley you. Let's get it.
That's it.
Toys. They are not to intimidate you. They are not to run you off. They are none of that. They are just fun. They create waterworks for everybody.
Man, I
Like,
don't go nowhere without my pleasure bag, bro.
listen, toys are fucking amazing, and I'm all for them. You know I am. I'm all for them. You all for them. I don't think I've ever met a sex expert, who was never all for a toy. I don't think
Yeah,
I've ever met one that said don't use toys.
correct.
Like it's a great thing. It's an amazing thing. So y'all try toys, spice it up. Y'all learn how to cheat on your mate with your mate, especially y'all in this for life. Keep it spicy. Try new things. If you got to try new wigs, when you cheating on your mate with your mate, get them new wigs. I know them wigs that all women wear. Put the wigs on with it. Dress up a different way.
Yeah,
One might be a tomboy. One might be a office clerk, a librarian. You never know. Switch it up. Switch up the outfits. Make it
yeah,
fun. You don't have to necessarily do cosplay to do cosplay.
yeah. Be Nia Long and then turn around and be Felicia from Friday. We like a
That,
crackhead every now and again.
listen,
Like,
sometimes the crackhead works for you in your favor when you're
yeah,
tired. You
come in the
feel
kitchen
like
like
doing.
you'll eat that waffle, Craig. I'm like, nah, Felicia. You know what I'm saying? Then you just bend over the counter.
Most
It's like we in there like swimwear.
most definitely, y'all listen. Y'all definitely have to try new ways and keep it spicy in the relationship. So look, we done been on her for about an hour.
You did.
We've been on her for a minute. So tell the people where they can find you at.
You can always find me on TikTok, sexologist underscore rated red. You can find me on Instagram, rated red underscore brand, BRAND. And you can go to my website, ratedredsworld.com. That's where you get Slut Me Out, Love Me After hoodies at. That's where you get this lovely book of Room 918. That's where you get pleasure boxes. You book me for coaching sessions, come to the pleasure house, see my pleasure room, all the good shit. That's where you
Y'all know
find me.
something crazy though? Y'all know Steven ain't following me on neither one of them. That's how he does me. I see it. He was following me on
Which one?
Instagram. He don't know I got a new Instagram.
About to
I
say I
got
don't know.
now I got a
What
new
TikTok?
Instagram.
I saw
That's
you
how
on
he do.
TikTok though.
No, you don't. You only was on your other page, not the page you be on now.
Okay, so
You
we'll
got
make
too many
that happen.
pages. See, that's what happens when you got too many pages.
We'll make that happen.
That's what happens when you get. And then Instagram, I had to start a whole new page because I didn't realize I wasn't following you either. I just followed you. I said, well, shit. But I forgot they
See,
blocked me and they took my Instagram. And I was
I've been
like,
there.
yeah, they took my whole Instagram, so I'm starting over. I'm like, this is out of control. But make sure y'all do that. Buy the book. Listen, the book, you can buy it on Kindle if you have a Kindle. It is available on Amazon Kindle.
It is.
If you get Kindle Unlimited, it is available on there. It's so easy to click download.
That's
Makes
it.
my life. Amazon Kindle has changed my world.
That's
The book
it.
is dope. Go leave ratings on the book. It's a nice book. You definitely gonna learn some things. Go
Appreciate you.
back. Listen, I'm gonna end up buying me a Slut Me Out hoodie because I
Got
need one.
to. Slut
Slut
me
me
out,
out,
love
love
me
me
after.
later, because that is every
You
listen.
feel
And
me?
women, ladies, we know we like to be slutted out too. We know
That's
we
it.
love to be slut me, fuck me, hold me later when
Hold
we
me
done.
later. You feel me?
So definitely go check him out. Follow him on TikTok for sure because he gonna give you out a game. He's giving out real. Listen, he's giving out real shit. I seen a couple people on my timeline buy a book, and I was excited. I was like, oh, look at them buying a book. I was like, look at them. This is top. Listen, y'all. He's in the top 100 sexperts of Please Me. He got
Thank you.
voted top 100. He's on there with the likes of Dr. Ruth
I
and
am.
Sue Johansson.
I
Like
am.
this, like Tyomi's on. Like you are in the presence of some greats. You know, when I
Yeah.
seen your face, I said, "Oh, look, I'm amazed you have definitely a a dope year. You definitely been dope. Keep it up. I'm trying to get
Thank
like
you.
you. I'll be there one day. I'm trying to get
Thank you.
like you.
Thank you.
But yeah, I can follow me. Everything NeNe and Night, NeNeandNight.com. Everything NeNe and Night. Just Google NeNe and Night. Everything will pop up. But make sure y'all go buy that book. Support, support, support if you haven't already. Um, look, they are your fans on here. Listen, y'all are legit.
I love them. I
Y'all
love them.
are legit. I love the support. Y'all are definitely legit. They got all the game on the book. They was just on here. I love it. I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
I love them.
But you're a dope person. Hopefully, my boyfriend said he needs a hoodie. Babe, I
I
got you.
got you.
I'm gonna go on it. Look, I'm gonna order us both a hoodie so we can
Yeah.
rock them hoodies. As soon as I see that hoodie, I said, I need one. I
Gotta
got
get
you.
one.
We're gonna even if it's look because you can wear a hoodie all year round. It gets cold someplace, so we're gonna definitely get us some hoodies because we're gonna do that. We're gonna rock out on them hoodies. But stay in touch. We'll have to have you back on the show again. I know how hard it was for me to get in touch with this guy.
My bad.
He stays busy now. You feel me? I had to catch
I
him. I'm
do.
like, Steven, what's up? We got to do this. So we'll definitely have you back on the show later this year so we can check y'all, see where you are.
Okay.
But y'all make sure y'all go follow him, go support. I do have Pretty and Painted coming up, y'all. Pretty and Painted Part 5. The lingerie pajama edition. It is my annual paint and sip. I'm doing it for my birthday. It's coming up in a couple of weeks. We have body paint models, erotic pictures, wine, alcohol, DJ. We are going to have a great time. So make sure if y'all in the city of Louisville, we got to check that out. One day I'll travel. I'll take it to a city near you. But the other cities, y'all a little more fast paced than we are here. So I'm trying to turn my city up first, you feel me?
You
And
feel
then
me?
we'll travel. But y'all, this has been another episode of NeNe and Night. And we are out.